is looking for a second date update with Simone. I like that name, Simone. Hi, Neil. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks so much for taking my call and helping me out today.
Happy to do it. Tell us how you met her and how the first date went. We'll go from there.
Well, I met her online, and we actually went out twice. The first time was just coffee, and we really hit it off. I actually knew within 5 minutes that I was going to want to see her again. After maybe like a half hour or so, it was clear that she was into me too. So I asked her if she wanted to go hiking. You know, on her profile, she said that she's very outdoorsy. So I thought, second date, maybe like a hike or a biking, just outside as much as possible, just to get, she enjoys it so much.
Yeah.
So, she seemed really excited about it. And we ended up going to Alt Park, which is really beautiful. We decided to go to the Alt Forest Trail. It's just a mile hike or so, and it was the perfect day, and I loved being around her. It was amazing. We went for a couple beers afterwards, and then she had to go. So I walked her to her car, hugged her goodbye. I told her I'd call her later. I reached out a couple times, and then I just haven't heard back. And I just have no idea what the deal is. I have no idea what's going on with her, but I'm hoping with your help we can figure it out.
Yeah, you said a half hour into the coffee date, you knew that there was enough chemistry there to warrant a second date. So when you
definitely.
So on that hike, you still felt like that was as palpable on the hike as it was over coffee?
Oh, yeah.
If not more.
The entire hike, we were just like talking about our interests, our families, our jobs, like, all like the cliche first dating kind of stuff in the best kind of way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have no idea what happened.
No major differences jumped out at you?
I thought the second date was even better than the first date, Wow. We were vibing really well in the first date, and the second date was just like, we had been together for a couple of years already.
Wow.
Again, we were learning basic information about each other, but just like the way the conversation flowed, the way the day went, it was just incredible. I have no idea why I'm getting ghosted here.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've met people who, not necessarily in a romantic relationship, but I've met people who very quickly, even though I still may be getting to know them, I feel a certain sense of familiarity or understanding or connection to, as if I think Jenn once said, well, maybe you knew each other in a past life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where I think, that's not that inconceivable to me.
Oh, my God.
That's exactly what it felt like. Just instant kind of comfort around this person.
Your souls know each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say you met her? You met her online, so she's officially dating people, right? Like you both are sort of out there.
I'm hoping that she's only seeing one at a time at least, but that's not off the table.
Anything's possible.
Definitely.
Okay.
Right. I hope not, but I guess we'll see.
We'll see what's up when we call Simone. A second date update continues. Met Simone online. They went on a couple of dates. Of course, the first was a coffee date. That's kind of the thing that people are doing now. Let's meet up for coffee, see if there's chemistry, and then proceed with an actual date. And he knew within the first half hour, yeah, definitely chemistry here. So they made a date to go on a hike. They're both outdoorsy people, sort of active, hitting the trails at Alt Park, grabbed a couple beers together after. It's one of those situations where you meet someone for maybe not the first time, but you're getting to know someone, yet you feel as though you're connected, like you know them. Mm-hmm. And that's sort of what this was. So he was very surprised when he reached out to follow up for a third date that she hasn't returned any of his calls. Since you met online, you are sort of technically putting yourself out there, so she could have met someone else. We're going to call Simone and follow up because Neil is really interested and he'd like to see if there's any chance of this going further. You ready, Neil? Is there anything else you want to add before we call her?
No, you pretty much got it all.
All right, let's call her.
I really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Simone.
Yes, this is.
It's Jeff, Jenn, Fritch, and Tim at Q102. How are you this morning?
Jeff and Jenn, are you serious?
We're all here.
Morning.
Hi.
Hi.
What's happening?
Wow. Not much. Just getting ready for work.
All right. Well, we don't want to keep you, but if you got a minute, we'd love to talk to you about your friend Neil, who you had coffee with and went on a hike with recently.
Oh my God. Is this second date update, huh?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. I never really thought this would happen to me.
Well, listen,
That's crazy.
people get busy. We get that.
Yeah. Okay. What do we just jump right in?
Well, I'm just curious. Let me ask you, are you seeing anybody else right now? Are you dating?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm dating. Yeah, of course I'm dating, but
You haven't picked one.
No, not at all. And honestly, there was a minute where I really thought there was some potential with Neil, but it kind of turned out to be a big bummer.
Oh, no.
Why?
So, we went on the coffee date first. He was nice. He was charming. I was attracted to him. I'm like, okay, first date, check, And then, I'm a huge outdoorsy person. So being with somebody long term that is also into the outdoors is super important to me. Year round, I'm outside. I hike, I cycle, golf, I ski, I snowboard, all of that. So he suggests we go on this hike for our second date. So I was like, okay, this is awesome. This could actually go somewhere if we can do this stuff together. So we meet up. The hike was pretty good, but he was just saying some things that I thought were a little off.
Like what?
Random sexual comments.
Mm-mm.
He makes a joke about the size of his junk, and then at some point he says he's never had an unsatisfied customer.
Oh boy.
Talks the talk. Can he walk the walk? Did you want to find out?
Weird. Yeah, because we're hiking. The timing was off. It was just, I don't know. I didn't really like it. And then afterwards we go for beers, and then at that point he just kind of took it to another level. He's just talking about how good he is in bed. He can't wait to induct me into his fan club.
Oh, no. That's creepy.
And he's talking about, I think at one point he said women that he slept with years ago still text him late at night and beg him to come over.
What?
Oh,
Why would
wow.
you reveal that?
Exactly. I felt
Oh
it
my
was
God.
so over the top and just totally unnecessary. And honestly, I left just being thank God that was a day date and I had an out, because if that was at night and we were at dinner or something and he was saying all that stuff late at night, I probably would have been pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's something about the daylight, isn't there?
Jump in here,
Thank God.
because you're over exaggerating it.
I
made
literally
a
said
couple of
quotes at
jokes.
you said those exact things because I told all my girlfriends that night. I was no, literally.
Okay,
word
but
for
it's
word, this is
all
what he
out of
said.
context. I was making a couple of jokes. That was it, and I was just trying to be funny. I'm not serious about that stuff. We were vibing.
Well, obviously we weren't really. It felt more like a sales pitch and not a really good one. So you
A
might need to
risky
rethink
one.
your jokes.
Wow. Yeah, I appreciate the input, but I'm good. I have no issues with women, all right? At least the ones that aren't too, wound up too tight.
I mean, I don't know. You called the radio station to get a hold of me, so.
Well, it was a mistake because I can't believe that, you actually took all that to heart. I thought we were having a great time. We were joking around, laughing, and now all of a sudden it's all serious. And
I mean, whether I took
because
it to
we're on the
heart or
radio.
not, I thought it was weird. It was awkward. It made me a little uncomfortable. So obviously I didn't want to see you again.
He did mention that he felt very comfortable around you.
Mhm.
And there are people who maybe get a little too comfortable too quickly with people they don't know that well.
Yeah.
I guess.
I
But
guess
then,
that's the
if that's how he is normally and he's just comfortable to express it, then I don't think we're a good match.
Okay.
I'm good
It is
anyway.
weird sometimes when you're in a group of people and someone always feels a little more comfortable that they have to share, or they think they're being funny when it comes to their sexuality or manhood or how they get down. And you're just maybe not the group for that.
Well, you just really run the risk, too. You start claiming to be all of this and that, and then you get to it, and it's a disappointment. You're not living up to the
people coming
reputation
back
you're
for
setting
more.
for
I mean,
yourself.
you know.
Maybe
we-
he does.
We usually live with the rule on this show, at least, to under promise,
promise.
over deliver.
Yes.
Try to anyway.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
do not toot my horn that much. Simone was giggling the whole time. This is
Because it was an uncomfortable laugh. Because I couldn't believe you were actually saying this on a second date.
Yeah. See, that's hard too, is when you don't know somebody really well and they're laughing. Sometimes you think it's a genuine laugh when it's actually they don't know what else to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's uncomfortable.
I
You're
am
just like,
killing it today.
Right.
I don't really want to date someone that's ungenuine, so
And she's-
I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, okay, then we agree on something.
high five.
All right. Well, Neil, I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. I appreciate the help, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anytime. Simone, we appreciate you taking the call.
Well, it was very cool to talk to you guys. Thanks.
And best of luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. If you need a little help with the second date update, it is so easy. Just send us an email, Jeff and Jen at WKRQ.com.
Good luck and bad luck Super Bowl foods.